So today I want to talk to you guys about financial freedom. So how to actually achieve what we all kind of dream of, the 4-hour week or earn money while you sleep. So as a business coach with the Henley Coaching Partnership, I have some amazing clients and meet some amazing business owners that have got a great mixture of talent and innovation and business savvy. But they're not always on the ball with actually creating their end dream. So they're, knowing their end game, which is actually, being able to dip in and dip out, having a company that at some point they might want to sell for, some good money or actually kind of pass down. So that's what this session is all about. It's about actually achieving that financial freedom from a time and money perspective. That will then allow you to go on and be the entrepreneur that you want to be and dip in other businesses, invest in other businesses, or just have more you time and family time or travel time. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through a couple of things. There's two things that are really paramount about achieving this. Other than your end game and your strategy, you've really got to know where you sit and what your purpose is within your organization as the business owner, looking at what you do. And if you want to move up and achieve that financial freedom, you're going to have to be really strategic and on it and make sure that you're working on the business, not in the business, and you're constantly reducing the hours and leveraging. So the first thing we're going to look at is where are you? We're going to look at where do you want to be? And then we're going to also look at what do I need to do? What do I need to learn? What do I need to change to get myself up that ladder? And the second thing that you really need to know to help navigate through this, because it's not an easy journey, is where does my business sit? In its life cycle, where is my business and what are the things that I need to be doing for my business right now to achieve that growth and get it to that next level? We all know that timing is key. So if you do the right thing at the wrong time, you're not going to get the right effect. So knowing that and having those two navigational guidance systems in front of you every week that can kind of take you where you need to be is going to really help you. So let's take a little look at the rungs of the entrepreneur ladder. Okay, so where are you on this ladder? We all start off as a student, and actually we're a student for most of our lives as business owners. No one really tells us what we should be doing and what it looks like. The path isn't really clear. It's all about learning fast, so acting fast, test and measuring, and finding out what's going to work for us. So we start off as a student, which is basically where we're going to start, a startup, and we then kind of become like an employee. So at this point in our lives, we're actually still working. So a lot of people will set up their business, have a great purpose, and then decide, okay, this is my job for the time being. What you'll tend to find is that the next few steps on the ladder are actually the hard ones to transition to. So moving up and recruiting people to take on your job and moving yourself out of the business is quite a hard transition for a business owner to do, psychologically as well as practically. So if you're in that stage, if you're progressing, if you're expanding, and you're a little bit stuck, you really need to think about, do I need to be taking on more people? Do I need to be leveraging? The second step that we find people find really hard and get quite stuck is moving from manager to owner. And this is where you really allow the team to take on all of the duties so that you can step outside of the business. If you don't do that, you'll never achieve your entrepreneur status where you are financially free. So I would really take a look at what your team looks like. Do you have a team? And really, really recruit hard and recruit good people, not cheap, recruit good people of the same culture that are going to actually take on your role, go forward and drive your company forward for yourself. So just repeating the questions that I mentioned earlier, where are you on this ladder? Where do you want to be? And what do you need to do? And what do you need to learn to progress? So one of the things that we always see and that a lot of business owners miss out on is that you always have to set yourself personal development goals. As I said earlier, we're not taught how to build a business, especially our own. So you're always going to have to do better and learn more to grow that business as well as yourself. So a takeaway from this slide would be, write down one of your personal development goals for the next 90 days. What do you need to get better at? What do you need to do differently? What do you need to learn more about? Or what do you need to stop doing that's going to take you and your business to that next level? The definition that we use as financially free is having a business that runs itself when you're not there. So if you were to take a break for 3 months and come back, what does your business look like? Has it stagnated? Has it moved forward? Or does it look the same? And that's a really good way to test and measure. So moving on, where is your business in its life cycle? Because as I've said, what you do is dictated by the stage that you're at. So when you're in seed and development, it's just an idea and it turns into startup, loads of energy, loads of innovation, loads of networking, anything to get that momentum to get your business off the ground. But as you move through and progress up the stages and your business becomes more mature and there's potential for growth, you really have to get more strategic. So there's a couple of things I wanted to just point out from what I see and what business owners generally find here. When you get into that growth or even expansion stage, you've got a good business, it's got a nice turnover, you've got good people underneath you. What you tend to find is that the profit margin isn't that great or isn't always that great. And business owners can lose sight of that. So as you move through, we really want to get you to focus more on the finances. And it's really the finances that need to dictate and drive every action that you do go forward, as well as your team. So ideas are great, innovation is great, but finances is the thing that's going to drive your business forward at this stage. The other thing that we really want to look at in that growth and expansion stage is your vision, is your culture, is your purpose. And that may well have changed from the initial stages of creating and building that business. When people are really clear of what their vision is and what their purpose is that drives them and gets them out of bed every day and has a clear mission where everyone is aligned, you can achieve great success. Without that, it tends to be the thing in that growth and expansion stage that can hold you back. So we have a client, he's a new client, took him on just before COVID. Great little business, but his vision was slightly off. Just slightly off, and we tweaked that vision, and just in under the 90 days that we're just coming up to, he's more than doubled his revenues just from knowing his purpose, knowing the business's purpose, which has then changed how he communicates, who he contacts, and what he does. So as you probably know from life experience, it's the small things that you do every day and the small changes that create the big change. It's not normally one extraordinary event or action that you take. It's the small things. So the key here is don't take your eye off the finances. Keep your eye on everything that's going on in the business strategically, and make sure you have your 90-day plan and your personal development plan that can push you and your business to the next stage. So everybody's going to hit a slump. Everybody's going to plateau. It's part of it. And as you transition from one stage to the next, that's when you tend to find it hits the hardest. No one can deny the situation that we're in, and we're all feeling it right now. So it would be weird not to mention exactly where we're at with COVID. So let's take a little look at the navigational path through COVID. So this is something that we've been working with our clients on, which just help them have their vision, stay calm, and help them kind of have a different end game in mind. So take a little look at this, and again, ask yourself, where am I and where is my business on this timeline? Am I in warm-up stage? Have I reassessed my situation? Do I need to change my product? Have I pivoted well enough? What's my course of action go forward? How do I need to change my team? Do I need to upskill them and put them in different positions? But really kind of take that check and take that time to work out where you are and what your next steps are. So 3-year plans are great and 5-year plans are great, but 90-day plans are far better. They keep you on track, on point, and on purpose. And taking it in bite-sized chunks. As you move forward, hopefully, as you move up that ladder, you'll be able to get to the financial growth and freedom that you've always wanted, and allow you to do what you really want to do with your life and your business and your team.